we're going to practice gratitude today so that we open up to more goodness in our lives, physically, energetically, mentally, emotionally. And so every morning when I have my meditation practice, I always start with a loving kindness practice. We call it metta, where we just send good out into the world. So we're going to do that using our breathing as well, so that we just start to link the mind with the body, with the breath, right? We're all these things anyway. So let's just have them all coalesce. So sit comfortably. Palms can be up or down. Roll the shoulders back. Soften or close your eyes. And just take a moment to feel into your body here. To let your breath flow freely and smoothly. And go ahead and begin to deepen it, lengthen it, smooth it out even more. Let those inhales fill you, lift you, expand you. Let the exhales help you soften, settle, let go, and relax. And just 3 breaths like that, feeling the connection between your mind, your breath, and your body. And so your pace of breathing is your own. If you can make it a little longer than a natural pace, that's very beneficial. Beautiful. Allow your eyes to reopen. Roll around your shoulders, your head. Let's keep our awareness in our heart spaces because we're going to work in the chest area quite a bit. So let's just come forward to hands and knees when you're ready. So it's really easy for us to get into our heads and out of our hearts. So it might be a little challenging to stay there, to keep your awareness there. Let's cat-cow here. Heart pulls forward on your in-breath, sit bones rising. Dropping the head, rounding the back on the out-breath. There's space now behind the heart. Good. So on your inhale, the front of the heart widens. Fill it up with breath. On your exhale, drop the head, let go. And then we'll come back to a flat back and neutral spine. We'll curl the toes under and make our way to downward facing dog. So just feeling your body, feeling your breath. When your mind wanders, which it will, come back to the breath, feel it in your chest. Imagine each breath, I'm pedaling out my knees, feel free to do that. Imagine each breath bringing the energy of compassion, of love, of tenderness, and all those feel-good feelings of appreciation, of gratitude, right? Each breath not only carries oxygen to you, but it carries that, all those qualities into your heart as well. Maybe you can be grateful for each breath that you get to take to fill up with those qualities and let go of anything that doesn't match that vibration. Let's start to bend the knees, look forward, and when you're ready, walk or hop to the top of your mat. Come halfway up as you breathe in. And fold as you breathe out. Hang your head, take one hand to each elbow today. Let the ribs widen. Let the head hang, dangle, and sway here. And then we'll release hands to hips and come halfway up again. So widen across the collarbones. Draw the elbow tips back. Pull the navel in. Bend the knees. Good. And then just start to lift up, straighten up. And when the head lifts up, drop your hands by your sides. Spin the palms forward to roll the shoulder heads back. Draw the back of the head back a little bit. Press equally into the feet. Pull the navel back, just standing tall in mountain pose, Tadasana. On your own 2 feet, can you be grateful that you're on your mat today? Paying attention to yourself, taking care of yourself, and cultivating a little more gratitude, acceptance, and love. Breathe it in as you reach up. Fold forward, let it go. Halfway up, inhale, elongate the spine. Plank pose, step it back as you exhale. Good. Take your in-breath. You can lower knees first, and then chest, and then hips to the floor. Point the toes when you land and pause. Reach the hands back, palms spin down, heart lifts. Gaze softly over the cheeks or to the floor so you keep the back of the neck a little long. Press into the tops of the feet. Maybe interlace the fingers or hook thumbs if you want a little more widening across the collarbones here. One more in-breath. And release chin back down, hands in cobra position. Good, roll up to an easy cobra, inhale. And curl under the toes, downward dog, exhale. Breathing in. And letting it go. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, breathe in. Walk or float forward as you breathe out. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold all the way in. Good, with a flat back, press rise and reach up really high. I'll bring the hands to the heart this time. Exhale, prayer pose. So staying here, sending out a prayer for anyone and everyone. Good, and then reach up, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale back to your plank. And take your in-breath. Lower maybe knees first or in one straight plank shape to the floor. One cobra. Inhale, heart lifts. And exhale, downward dog. And feel the breath. Right, imagine you can even kind of attach a color to it if you want. Maybe a pink or a white or a golden color. Just filling up with love, compassion, tenderness, appreciation on each in-breath so that it clears the way and helps you get rid of anything, again, that is not in alignment with that. Let's lift both heels off the mat. Make sure the feet are at least hips width apart. Let's pivot both heels over to the right. So it's like the feet are on a balance beam here and the hips are still lifting. Hang your head, maybe give it a little shake so the neck doesn't clench, and then lift up both heels again and swivel both heels to the left. And the hips pull up and back toward the midline. Feel that. Good, pop up onto the tippy toes again. And then bend the knees, look forward, and exhale, walk or hop to the top. Good, inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Chair pose, bend the knees a little more, lift the hands, inhale. Stand, exhale, hands to your heart. That prayer comes in every time. Reaching up, we breathe in. Folding on the out breath. Flat back as you breathe in. And plank, exhale. Take your in-breath. Lower down, exhale. Cobra pose, inhaling, heart pulls forward, elbow tips back, and down dog, exhale. Good, this time right foot floats up behind you on the in-breath. Right knee outer right arm, exhale. Tap it up toward that elbow if you can. Float it back, inhale. Right knee left arm, exhale. Shoulders over wrist, shift forward. Good, float it back, inhale. Lead with the knee and then just step it forward toward that right thumb. Pivot down your back heel. So the back foot is going to anchor you, the heart's going to extend forward. Float your arms straight back and hover over that front right thigh. Palms down, inhale, reach up, warrior one. Good, exhale, sink a little lower into the legs, pull the navel back. And then cactus, open your arms here. So I want you to think of the arms kind of like this big bow, right? The elbows draw back. The bow of the heart is forward. The shoulders are heavy. The palms are faced forward, and feel that breath in your heart space. Good, and then reach out, take an in-breath. And hands come down, frame that front foot, lift the back heel, step back to your plank. Inhale, lower, maybe knees first. Exhale. Up dog, cobra, inhale. You can take up dog if you prefer. Down dog, exhale. Left foot floats up, inhale, three-legged dog. Left knee out or left arm. Tap that elbow if you can. Float it back up, inhale. Left knee, right elbow. A little twist. Good, float it back, breathe in. Lead with the knee, step it forward or carry it up there. You want the heel under the knee. Back heel pivots down, heart pulls forward, hover over the front thigh as you float the arms back. So lift those shoulder heads, pull the navel in, press into the back foot to float up to warrior one. Good, pull the belly button back again. Maybe you lean back a little and sink lower. And then cactus, open your arms. So feel the breath. Does it get caught somewhere? Is it impinged anywhere? Can you soften the shoulders, the face, and bow open your heart? Maybe you can feel the shoulder blades get closer behind you here. Good. And then reach up, breathe in. Hands back down as you breathe out. Back heel lifts. Plank pose, inhale. And lower safely, which might mean knees first. Exhale. Cobra's the in-breath. And back to down dog on the out breath. Just full inhale. And let it go. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, get low. Exhale, walk or hop to the top. Flatten out as you breathe in. Melt in half, empty the breath, bend the knees, chair pose, we inhale. Press to stand as you exhale, hands to the heart. We'll just reach up, inhale, lean back if you want to. Fold into your exhale. Lengthen out as you inhale. And we'll step back again, plank, exhale. Good, take your in-breath. You can shift forward on the toes and lower to chaturanga and then up dog or the cobra. And back to downward facing dog. Good, right foot floats up behind you, inhale. We're just gonna step it up to the right thumb on the exhale, back foot pivots down. Inhale, rise up to your warrior one, pause. Just heel toe, or toe heel probably, the right foot a little farther to the right. Cactus, open those arms again. Let the shoulders get heavy, the collarbones widen. And then we're just gonna pivot the hands back. Kind of like, palms back. And then take the hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers here. Pull the knuckles down, lift the heart up. So soften those shoulders, soften the face. Maybe sink a little lower into the legs, take an in-breath. Maybe you lean back a little. And then hinge and fold. Lead with your heart. Drop your head. Lift your hands toward the ceiling. Hug that right hip back. Work the back foot against the floor. Maybe wiggle the head to make sure the neck is free. The breath is flowing. Lead with the knuckles. Inhale, we rise back up and reach up, warrior one. And then exhale the hands down. Step back to plank, pause. Let's just change this one up a little. Let's pivot over to the outer edge of the right foot, left foot on top, and left hand lifts, or feel free to take the left foot to the floor to help lift your hips. Spread open your heart, and then we'll come back to the plank. You can either lower down halfway or all the way, or you can go right back to dog, and we'll meet in downward dog. Left foot floats up and back. Inhale, three-legged dog. Just step it up to the left hand. Back heel pivots down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Wiggle the left foot a little to the left. Cactus, open those arms. Drop the shoulders. Bow, open the heart. Breathe. And then palms pivot down and back. Whoa, we're gonna take the hands behind your back. So do a different interlace, right? Different index on top. Change the stretch of the shoulders here. So pull the knuckles down, widen across the collarbones. Feel free to lean back a little or look up. And then lead with your heart, drop your head, take your fold. They call this humble warrior. So maybe the hands are lifted, maybe they're staying on your low back. Maybe the shoulders move toward the ears, but maybe you can move them away. Lengthen and soften the neck, maybe wiggle the head. So that back foot's gonna help to anchor you. So will your breath. Lead with the knuckles, press and rise, back up, reach up, inhale. And hands circle down, exhale. Step back to your plank, pause. Pivot to the outer edge of the left foot, right foot on top, and right arm up. Again, you can take the top right foot to the floor if you prefer. Lift your hips, open your heart, spread through the right fingers. One more breath here. And back to your plank. Take your in-breath, either lower or go right back to dog on the out-breath. Lifting the heart if you lowered, and then meeting in downward dog. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's drop the knees to the floor. Yay, right? Shoulders right above wrists. Good. All we're going to do is we're going to float the right hand up here. It's not easy to do. Inhale, and then thread the right arm under the left armpit. You're going to lay on the back of the right shoulder, palm up. The left hand can stay where it is to give you some support. For me, this is pretty intense in my right side of the neck. Otherwise, if you want a little more, you can wrap the left arm behind you and roll that top left shoulder back. So wherever you are in the shape, have some compassion for yourself. So there's the space we're creating here behind the heart. Carry the breath there. Free something up energetically, emotionally, even mentally. Take the left hand back to the floor if it was behind you, and come back up as the right hand lifts back up on your in-breath and back to the floor on your out-breath. All right, left side. Inhale, left arm up. Kind of hard to open here. Thread it under, lay on the back of the left shoulder, left temple. See if that shoulder can slide away from the ear and just let gravity do its work here. Again, if you want, the right hand can wrap around and lift that right shoulder head if you did that. But maybe you just keep it there for support so you don't overdo, right? We don't want to fight the shape. If there's resistance, then use the hand for some support so those muscles can soften, even the jaw. Good, so return the hand to the mat and slowly make your way back up. Left hand lifting, inhale, and left hand back down. Let me fix my shirt. So we're back to hands and knees as I adjust my clothing. All right, just one cat-cow here. Inhale, heart pulls forward, belly drops. Exhale, round in, hang the head. Maybe give a little wiggle for the hips or head here to loosen things up. Good, and then we'll come back to this flat back. Let's reach the left foot straight back, right hand straight forward, inhale. And then lift up the right hand, bend the back knee, catch the foot, pull it back so that right shoulder rolls back. Kind of similar to what we just did. We won't stay long. Go ahead and release back to center. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Hand and knee down, exhale, second side. Right foot back, left hand forward. Inhale, find that length. Bend the back leg, catch the foot, kick it back, let the left shoulder roll back. Feel the breath. Press against the floor. Good, and then let go, back to center. Inhale, and hand and knee down, exhale. Feel free to circle and sway the head or hips, loosen all that up. When you're ready, curl under the toes, make your way back to downward dog. Feel free to pedal out the knees, to wiggle around. Maybe you're in child's pose. It's all good. We have 3 breaths. Remember to breathe in generosity, compassion, tenderness, love, appreciation. You know, our human minds are wired toward negativity. So it's like breaking a habit. It's not always easy. It might feel awkward at first. It's okay. All right, let's float the right foot up and back. Inhale, three-legged dog. We'll just step it to the front of the mat on the exhale. We'll pivot down that back heel. Let's lean into right fingertips. Extend the left arm forward and then up. And let's just reach it back and rise up to second warrior. So make sure the front knee's bent. Drop the left hand back. Take a reverse warrior. Good. And then back to your second warrior. So palms are going to spin up. Sink into the front leg. And then just take a look at the front toes there. Turn them in a little toward the top left corner of your mat. Take a look at the back foot. Same thing, toes to the back corner of your mat. So you're going to come into a standing frog pose, cactusing open your arms. So sink into the legs. Imagine the inner thighs rolling upward. Good. And then bring your arms together in front of you. We're going to take right elbow over left elbow, taking Garudasana arms, eagle arms. So elbows hug towards each other, shoulders drop, and then elbows lift. Belly hugs back. There's space here behind the heart. Soften your gaze. You can even drop the chin a little to the chest if that feels nice. Sink a little lower into the legs if you have that available. And then just to play, pop one heel off the ground and then the other. If you want a little more challenge, maybe both. Keep breathing. Good. You can let the heels return down. On a big inhale, we'll open up the arms, let the hands float up, straighten the legs, turn the toes forward, parallel the feet, and then release your hands behind your back. All right, lift up the heart, interlace the fingers or hook thumbs. Inhale, we'll fold. On the exhale, drop your head. Feel free to circle it. Feel free to lift the hands or let them rest on your back. And then let your hands come down to the floor. Good, so pop up onto the fingertips to lengthen the spine. You might heel toe the feet a little farther apart. And then just bend one knee at a time. Just letting the hips shift side to side. I mean, you can take full skandasana or just nice and easy. Because remember, we're practicing with compassion. So once the next time the front right knee bends, pivot forward, lift up the back heel, and then just release the back knee down. Extend the heart forward a little bit. You can release the back toes, drop those shoulders, and then shift the right hip back and fold over that leg. And we'll do that twice more. Inhale, knee bends, heart lifts, shoulders heavy. And exhale, fold. So smooth out the breath, feel it in your heart. Inhale. Add any extra moving that you need. And exhale. Let's hold the exhale, fold. Keep the breath flowing. Let the shoulder blades spread open. Should feel pretty nice. Start to bend that front knee again. Curl under the back toes to lift the back knee. And when you're ready, just step back to your plank. Take your in-breath. Lower halfway or all the way on your out-breath. Up dog or cobra as you inhale. And back to down dog. Exhale. 3 breaths. All right, you guys, second side. Left foot floats up and back. Inhale. Just step it to the front of your mat as you exhale. Pivot that back heel down. Lean into left fingers. Hug the left hip back as the right arm lifts up. Good. And then reach that right hand back to lift you to second warrior. So I know my back is facing you now. So sink into that front leg so the knee is over the heel. Drop the right hand back, spin the left palm up, and reverse your warrior. So there's just an opening for the breath to flow through the left side of the body. Good, and then go ahead and extend your left arm forward, right arm backward, front left toes turn in to the top right corner of your mat, back heel turns in as well. So same thing, right, the standing frog. So see if the knees can move
back a little bit so they're not hanging forward, right? You want them right over the ankles, so adjust the feet. Cactus, open the arms. Breathe. Drop those shoulders, sink a little lower. Good, and then the elbows come together in front of you. This time left elbow over right elbow. Lift the elbows, drop those shoulders. So I don't know if you can even see it in my shirt. There's space behind the shoulder blades. Make space there. Carry the breath there. We think of the heart being at the front of the body, but it's also at the back of the body. And sometimes it's the hidden stuff back there, right? Maybe sadness. Maybe a little more tenderness. Whatever it is, let the breath flow through it. Let it energetically and emotionally. And create a little more opening, a little more release. Maybe sink lower into the legs. Maybe you play with popping the heels off the floor so you kind of distract yourself. Or maybe you really keep your awareness, your mind at your heart. And feel and explore and let whatever flows out, flow out. Good. When you're ready, sink a little lower. And then straighten your legs, unwind your arms. Inhale the arms up. Parallel your feet. Drop your hands behind you. Interlace the different way. And hands pull down, heart lifts up. Breathe in. Hinge and fold as you breathe out. Maybe wiggle around, shake it out. Maybe a sigh, right? Sometimes emotions come up when we're opening our heart space, physically or energetically. Let it out. Let out what you're feeling. Don't ignore it. Good. Drop your hands, lift your heart flat back. Nice. And then again, we're just going to shift the hips side to side. So maybe widen the feet, maybe they're closer together. Maybe lift the opposite toes and sink a little lower. Play what would feel nice. Next time the front left knee bends, we're going to pivot to the front of the mat, drop the back right knee down, and then gently pull the heart a little forward. You can release those back toes, and then shift the front hip back and fold over that left leg. And twice more. Inhale, coming forward. Melt the shoulders a little. They want to hike up. And exhale, shift back with your breath. Inhale, so as the breath flows, it helps things move through you. They don't get so stuck. Exhale, we shift back. We're going to stay in this position and feel the flow of your breath. Drop your mind, your awareness into your heart. Can you create a little bit more space for any tenderness, any love, any compassion, any gratitude, all the qualities that we all want more of, that we are all deserving more of for ourselves and others. We really are our worst critics. So we just want to retrain the mind a little, right? To look for good instead of complaining or criticizing. Start to shift back, forward, bending that front knee, curl under the back toes. We'll step back to plank. Good, take your in-breath. Lower all the way down to your belly. Knees can drop first. Pause when you land. Reach your hands back, palms down, heart lifts. This time feet lift as well. Optional to interlace fingers or hook thumbs. Optional to bend both knees to catch your ankles or tops of the feet. And let that lift up your heart. I don't have a lot of mobility in my upper back, but you get the idea. Soften the shoulders, soften the eyebrows. Take one more breath. And gently let go of the ankles. If you caught them, bring the hands back to cobra or up dog, your choice. Inhale, heart up, cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. One more nice deep in-breath. Filling up with some goodness here.
As you exhale, let your knees come down, crawl them forward so that you can make your way onto your back. Hug your knees to your chest. Feel free to rock a little bit. Rock the head, soften the mouth. I have a knot in the back of my shirt here. All right, nice job. We moved a lot of energy. We moved a lot of lymph. We moved a lot. So, let's see what time it is. Oh, perfect. All right, let's bring both feet onto the floor. We'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh and grab that left leg for thread the needle. One of my favorite poses. I do it every day. So feel free to rock around. Smooth out your breath. What if you put a tiny smile on your face? You know that the instant we smile, it changes the neurochemistry in our bodies. The body tells the brain that you're happy. And then feel-good hormones get released through your system. Let's uncross and recross to the other side. Try practicing with a little smile on your face all the time if you want. Try meditating with a little smile on your face all the time. Try going through life with a little gentle smile on your face all the time. It will change your experiences. Right? When we think about being grateful, when we put a little smile on our face, these are things that shift our perspective. And again, when we're looking for the good, when we're feeling good and looking for the good, we will find so much more of it. Let's release the right leg, uncross the left, bring the soles of the feet together on the floor, knees apart, cactus, open your arms. Let yourself fill up with tenderness, love, compassion, and gratitude. Let go of anything that gets in the way in this moment. It doesn't have to be your whole past. Do it again. Deep breath in. Feel free to sigh it out. And then bring the knees up to touch. Wiggle the feet wide, wide, wide apart. Keep the arms where they are. Just windshield wipe your knees side to side as slowly or quickly as you want. When you're ready and the knees come back up, bring the feet beneath the knees, hug your knees to your chest, grabbing the edges of the feet for a happy baby. Happy baby, right? Means that, or can mean that. You're taking care of yourself with tenderness and compassion and love, like you would a little baby. Let's let go of the feet. Bring the knees back to the chest. Extend the left leg out in front of you. Right arm to the right. I like to always finish with a twist. Cross over the knee. Let the right shoulder get heavy. You might feel something in the right side of the chest. Close your eyes. And again, maybe you want to imagine each breath filling you with a golden light or a pink light or a white light. And carrying love in, tenderness, appreciation, gratitude, forgiveness. Let's take the right knee back up. Both knees in, we'll switch it off, right leg out, left arm out, and left knee crosses over. And let that left shoulder get heavy. You can readjust, of course, it's your practice, your body, but rather than letting the mind drift away into judgment or planning or anything else, can you instead breathe in the energy of compassion, love, all the feel-good qualities that we want to cultivate more of.
you're ready, take the knee back up, both knees to the chest, maybe circling the knees, wiggling the head. Make your way into Shavasana. So kindness and compassion are contagious. Right? When you're kind to someone, typically they're kind back, right? And all of these different things are kind of contagious. So can you right now, as you open up and lie back and relax in Shavasana, can you, before you do anything else, just take a moment to say something kind to your body? Maybe just thanking it for all that it's able to do. Can you breathe that kindness in, that gratitude in? And then let go of anything that gets in the way of that. Let yourself soften against the floor. Let go of doing or thinking or directing your breath or body or energy, knowing that you've just created an internal shift that's pretty profound. Let it marinate, let it absorb, let yourself rest in this awareness, this tenderness, this love for self and others, this compassion. Maybe a natural smile appears on your face. Maybe it feels pretty good. Stay as you are for a solid minute. More if you have it. When you feel like you're ready to move back into the rest of your day or night, maybe just stretch the arms overhead. Maybe hug your knees in and wiggle around. Let's seal this practice together when you're ready by rocking over to one side and making your way back up to a comfortable seat, just like we began. So take your time. And when you get there, bring the hands together in front of your heart. Rub the palms together. Create a little heat. Create a little energy. A little friction. And then open the hands apart enough that you feel that warmth. That's energy. That's prana. Seal the palms back together, bring them to your heart, or feel free to place a palm on top of the other palm on your heart. Sometimes that's a lot more tender. Gently bow the head. And conjure up that feeling once more of gratitude, appreciation for your practice, for this time on your mat, for yourself, for all the beauty and joy and goodness in your life. Feel that feeling, let your mind drop into your heart. And then take a really deep breath in, breathe that energy in. Let it fill your heart space front and back. And let go of your breath. Thank you so much for practice today. I appreciate each of you. Namaste.